This is the rarest Russian horror film of 2018. The ghosts and the protagonist have their wits about them throughout. The fighting spirit of the fighting people is captured in all its glory. Especially the ending sequence is a terrifying thought. The story begins with a man coming alone to a lake late at night. His wife follows him. When the man turns around, his wife notices that his eyes are strangely red. Then he leans back and dives into the lake. Perhaps the water was too cold. The man soon came to his senses. His wife rushes to pull him up. At this point the man looks back in horror. And then, the wife is pulled into the water by a mysterious force. She struggles to rise to the surf. She was about to grab her husband's hand when a pair of black hands suddenly reached out from the lake and dragged the wife straight to the bottom of the lake. 20 years later, the man's son, Jack, was about to marry his girlfriend. He gives them the cottage on the lake as a gift. At night Jack takes his brothers to visit. Found the basement flooded. They didn't care. To celebrate Jack's wedding, the brothers had a surprise for him. They had a bachelor party here and brought some hot girls with hot bodies. But Jack wasn't interested. He left his brothers and went swimming in the lake. After a short swim, he felt something behind him. But then he turns around and doesn't see it again. Not daring to stay, he climbed ashore. There was a girl standing on the shore wearing his clothes. She was soaking wet and very attractive. She was slowly brushing her hair with a comb. Jack approached the girl as if he was possessed. At that moment the girl spoke, asking Jack if he loved her. Jack woke up with a start. The next day, the brothers found him unconscious by the lake. All he had with him was a strange comb. Afterwards Jack always felt it was a dream, so he didn't tell his girlfriend. But then he started to experience a series of strange events. He heard strange noises in the shower at night. The wardrobe door was opening and closing strangely. That's when he felt something behind him. Jack turned around and didn't see it. Then he caught a cold. In a trance he felt something picking at his feet. He turned around and saw no one else. He thought he was hallucinating because he had a fever. The next day at training, he jumped into the pool and found that the scene around him had changed. He came out of the water and saw that he was in the same lake as before. He climbed to shore. He passed out from the strain. When he woke up again, he found himself in the arms of a girl. When he looked closer, the girl was still asking Jack if he loved her. Jack shook his head and said no. The girl changed instantly. He woke up with a start. It turns out she's drowning in the pool. On the other hand, his girlfriend was doing the laundry. Suddenly finds a wooden comb. Thinks he's having an affair. So she goes to ask Jack's sister. Something about the comb looked familiar. Upon closer inspection, I found the same comb in a photograph of his mother. It had disappeared with his mother. How could it be in Jack's possession? A girl suspects her boyfriend of cheating on her. The evidence is the presence of a wooden comb by his side. She also often sees her boyfriend showering with a woman. But when the curtain is pulled back there is nothing. There was only the comb in the bath. Anna reaches out to pick it up, only to be pulled into the water by a hand. She woke up with a start. But the next day, her boyfriend, Jack, told her what had happened at the lake. Jack said that, when he closed his eyes he could see her face. The face of an animal. She was wearing my shirt. I was drawn to her. We started kissing. I couldn't breathe. Anna felt like her head was turning green. He'd made up all the horror stories. Angry, she left the room. Jack rushed after her, pulling out the needle. There was something behind the curtain. But when he lifted it, there was nothing there. And then he turned around and saw two Annas standing in front of him. And then the door suddenly slammed shut. Jack tried to escape but fell to the ground. He felt something in the curtain behind him. He lifted it up to see. Luckily his brother was able to break down the door in time. This saves Jack's life. But he was getting weaker as a result. So they went to Jack's father. And he told them the truth. He had met that same girl 20 years ago. When she met him, she asked him if he loved her. The father didn't answer. The girl came to him often. This made him suffer a lot. To help him get rid of the girl, the mother came up with a plan. So she was taken away from the girl herself. Now she's come back to Jack. To help him get rid of the girl, once again they go to the lake house. The best friend dives into the lake to check. They found a gravestone. There were many drowned bodies around it. Scared, he crawled out of the water. Suddenly a bunch of ghostly hands came out of the water. They tried to pull him in. Luckily, he had the strength to get out and climb into the boat. His sister also rushed to pull him back. On the other side, Anna was fetching water. Suddenly she saw a figure in the hut next to her. She went after her and saw. The woman was on her knees saying something like, "Take what is yours and leave my beloved behind." Anna slowly approaches. The woman suddenly turned around. Anna was startled. She rushed back into the house, only to see Jack being dragged away by a mysterious force. She rushes over to grab him. Then a ghostly figure appeared behind him. Anna kicks her out of the way. After pulling Jack out, he seals the door to the basement. Afterwards, they try to find a way to deal with the ghost. Anna thinks of the woman she saw earlier. She was Jack's long-dead mother. She seems to be performing a ritual, thinking that this might be a way out of her grip. So Anna went back to the room. On the other side, her best friend was on patrol outside. When he turned around, he saw a girl with a beautiful body. He approached her uncontrollably. The girl asked him if he loved her. Then she reached out and put her ghostly hand on the man. The sister in the house seems to notice something unusual too. She was about to go out when she found Jack crying at the door, so she stops him. Jack suddenly punched her sister in the face. Then he grabbed her by the neck. She noticed that Jack's eyes had turned bloodshot. And Anna, who was in the middle of the ceremony, suddenly saw a ghostly figure in the mirror. The door was suddenly locked. Then a hand pushed her into the basin from behind. Anna saw the ghost past. Girl finds out her boyfriend is actually having a relationship with her best friend. Killed the couple in a fit of rage. Then she was chased and accidentally fell into the lake. After she died, she became an evil ghost, wandering around the lake looking for handsome boys, asking them if they love her. The boys were always attracted by her beauty. They say their vows without realizing it, and then they are haunted by her. Jack is the same way. Girlfriend wants to help him get rid of the ghost. The ceremony took place at the cabin. She ends up being pushed into a tub by the ghost. Jack was also controlled, and unconsciously choked his sister. Luckily, he quickly regained his senses. He rushed to check on his girlfriend. He found the door locked. He opened the door and went inside. There were many Annas inside. They were all asking Jack the same question. Do you love me? Asking him to choose one of them. But Jack went straight to the last Anna, and he says I love you to her. As the mirror shatters, all is calm again, and then they thought it was over. They were about to leave. Jack discovers his friend is missing, finding the basement and finding him drowned. Then he slowly sinks. Jack rushes to find the man but finds nothing. Suddenly a ghostly figure appears behind him, screaming and lunging at Jack. Jack swam for the stairs. Anna and her sister rushed over. The two of them pulled him out. The car broke down in the middle of the road. Jack had to get out of the car to fix it. Anna saw a ghost outside the car window. Then the car door was locked. The car is suddenly flooded with water. His sister and his girlfriend were about to drown. Jack grabbed a rock. After rescuing them, Jack was very angry. Knowing that the ghost wanted him, he ran to the lake. Anna tries to go after her but is suddenly knocked unconscious. Jack arrives at the lake. The ghost asked him that question again. Do you love me? Jack answered I love you. No. She knew that Jack had lied and was very angry. It's her you love. On the other hand, Anna woke up to find herself tied up in the basement by her sister. She wanted to offer Anna to the ghost in exchange for her brother. That's when her father arrives. The sister finally let go. Then the ghost suddenly appears. The father decided to sacrifice himself. Sister rushed after him but only grabbed the ghost's hair. Anna breaks free from the rope. She picked up the scissors in the water. She cut off a strand of the ghost's hair. The ghost screamed in pain. Then angry, she dragged her sister away too. Anna then realized that her weakness was her hair. She ran to the lake to find Jack. She told him about the ghost's weakness. Then she turned around and jumped into the lake. The ghost rushes up and tangles with him. Anna took the opportunity to cut off a strand of her hair. Then Jack woke up. Anna climbed out of the water too. The two of them hugged each other. Then Anna suddenly spoke. Do you love me? Jack realizes what's happening, but doesn't reveal it in time. Instead he nodded to Anna, and then he took the opportunity to grab his scissors, and cut off the hair of the fake Anna in front of him. The woman screams and reveals her true face. Then the ghost falls into the lake. Anna finally emerges from the water. Jack jumped in and rescued her. The two of them finally drive away from the area. But as he watched Anna's weird hair tossing, Jack is in deep doubt.